Today we're going to talk about struck by hazards. Most particular, we're going to talk about vehicles, falling and flying objects, and masonry walls. Too many construction workers die on the job when they are struck by a vehicle, or struck by a falling or flying object, or struck by a concrete or masonry wall that collapses. To prevent injury or death from being struck by a vehicle, wear a seatbelt. Seatbelts save lives, both on the roadways and on construction sites. Don't wear one if the vehicle is only designed for standing up or if it has no rollover protective structure, like a roller used on paving jobs. Also, make sure that all vehicles are inspected before each shift. Everything should be in good working condition, including the brakes, before you begin work. Use your parking brake when a vehicle is not in use, and chop wheels if you are parked on an incline, and never lift or load more than the vehicle can hold. If you're driving a vehicle in reverse and you can't see behind you, be sure to have a reverse alarm that people can hear, and have another worker signal to you that all is safe. Ensure that no one is in the way when you are using lifting and dumping devices. Get out and look for people and hazards. Don't drive vehicles in areas that are not safely constructed or maintained. When using lifting or dumping devices, make sure to clear all personnel and lower or block all blades. All forklift operators must be trained and certified. Equipment must be inspected and all safe operating procedures must be followed. Drive slowly and don't travel with elevated loads. Make sure all signal alarms work and watch for hazardous conditions involving both workers and objects. If you're working in traffic, use traffic signs and barricades. Use flaggers if needed. Be sure to stay out of blind spots. Workers must wear warning clothing like orange vests. If they're working at night, these must be of a reflective material. Use proper lighting when working at night. Use traffic barricades whenever possible. If you can't barricade the traffic, use heavy equipment with impact attenuators, that is crash cushions, within the work zone to protect you from moving traffic. Be alert for pedestrians in urban areas. Now, to prevent injury or death from falling or flying objects, inspect tools, cranes, hoists to see that all are in good condition. Use tow boards, screens, debris nets, and guardrails on scaffolds to prevent tools and other items from falling from overhead work areas. If you're working underneath cranes, hoists, or scaffolds, never work under a suspended load. Barricade hazard areas and post warning signs. Don't exceed capacity and don't assume the operator has seen you. Watch out for power lines, unstable soil, and high winds. Materials stored shall not be placed within 6 feet of hoistway or floor openings, nor within 10 feet of an exterior wall which does not extend above material. Don't use hand tools with loose, cracked, or splintered handles, or use impact tools with mushroomed heads. The head could fly off, striking you or others. Operators of powder-actuated tools, which contain gunpowder, must be trained and licensed. Train all workers on safe operation of tools and inspect all tools before use. Train workers on safe operation of power tools such as saws, drills, and grinders. Inspect all tools before use and wear protective gear. Guard rotating and moving parts. All guards must be in place when tools are in use. Secure tools and other items to prevent them from falling on the people below. Stack and secure items even from wind gusts to prevent sliding, falling, or collapse, and always keep areas clear of clutter. Use personal protective equipment to prevent being hit by falling or flying objects. Wear a hard hat, safety glasses, goggles, and face shields. Wear hearing protection when needed. Reduce compressed air used for cleaning to 30 psi and only use it with the proper guards and other protective equipment. And never clean your clothing with compressed air. You could be injured by a particle driven into your eyes or skin by the force. Workers are also killed or are seriously injured when they are building concrete or masonry walls. They can be struck by materials when the lifting equipment is putting the slabs in position, or when materials are not shored properly and are not yet stable. To prevent these types of accidents, don't place loads on concrete structures until someone who is qualified says that it's safe to do. Shore structures until permanent supporting elements are secured. Concrete should be tested to make sure it has enough support strength. Don't overload lifting devices and use automatic devices to support the forms in case the lifting mechanism fails. Use a personal fall arrest system with full body harness to protect you from falls if other fall protection is not available. In all these situations, be sure that you are properly trained to do this work and you are trained on all of the equipment you use.